There are moments in life when everything feels empty, directionless, and without purpose. You wake up, go through the motions, but nothing seems to matter. The things that once brought you joy no longer excite you, and a deep sense of meaninglessness creeps in. It's a feeling that can be overwhelming. But what if I told you that the ancient Stoics not only understood this struggle, but also had a formula for overcoming it? The first step is to understand that meaninglessness is a perception, not a reality. Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The way you see the world determines how you experience it. When life feels meaningless, it's not because life itself lacks meaning, but because your mind is trapped in a cycle of thinking that makes it seem that way." The Stoics believed that our thoughts shape our reality. If you constantly tell yourself that nothing matters, then nothing will. But if you shift your focus, even slightly, you can start to regain control. One of the most effective Stoic practices in times like this is focusing on your duty. When Marcus Aurelius faced overwhelming stress and hopelessness, he reminded himself, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, 'I have work to do.' As a human being, your duty is what pulls you forward when motivation fails. It's what gives you structure when everything else feels uncertain. You may not feel inspired, but you can still act. Take small steps. Focus on contributing to something beyond yourself, whether it's your family, your work, or even the simple act of helping a stranger. Purpose doesn't come from searching for it. It comes from doing." Another powerful Stoic lesson is that meaning is not found in external success, but in internal mastery. In today's world, we're conditioned to believe that meaning comes from achieving something, wealth, status, recognition. But the Stoics knew better. Seneca wrote, "The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today." If your sense of purpose is tied to something outside of you, you will always be chasing, always waiting for a future that never arrives. True meaning comes from mastering yourself, your emotions, your reactions, your thoughts. When you learn to control what is within you, you no longer need to rely on external things to give you meaning. Another crucial Stoic insight is the acceptance of impermanence. Everything in life is temporary, your highs, your lows, your feelings of meaninglessness. Nothing stays the same forever. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself of this. All things fade and quickly turn to myth. If you feel lost today, remind yourself that this feeling will pass. Just as the darkest nights eventually give way to dawn, the fog of meaninglessness will clear with time, as long as you keep moving forward. The key is to persist. Even when you don't see the point, even when you feel like stopping, keep going. Clarity and purpose will return, just as they have for countless others before you. A practical Stoic technique to combat this feeling is memento mori, remembering that you will die. At first, this might seem morbid, but the Stoics didn't see it that way. They saw it as a call to action. If you knew your time was limited, how would you spend it? Would you allow yourself to remain stuck? Or would you find a way to create meaning in even the smallest actions? Life is short, and that realization alone can be enough to shake you out of stagnation. When you embrace your mortality, you begin to live with greater urgency, greater purpose. Finally, the Stoics remind us that we are part of something bigger than ourselves. Often, feelings of meaninglessness arise when we become too focused on our individual struggles. But step back for a moment. Look at history. Look at the vastness of the universe. You are not alone in this. Every person who has ever lived has faced doubts, has questioned their existence, has searched for meaning. And yet, life has continued. The world moves forward, and so must you. In the end, meaning is not something we find, it's something we create. The Stoics teach us that even in our lowest moments, we still have control over our actions, our thoughts, and our perspective. When life feels meaningless, return to these principles. Focus on your duty. Master your inner world. Accept impermanence. Remember your mortality. And above all, keep moving forward. Because meaning isn't found in grand revelations. It's built in the small, consistent steps you take every single day.